So I overdo it sometimes. I go too far with things, especially new things. I grab them like a flag and I run out in front of everybody. Leroy Jenkins! And he was a Jenkemite, and I am too. And I'm a specific kind of Jenkemite. I follow Uyghur. And the Jenk of Uyghur, if you ferment it and you huff or you make it into a Jenkem juice, would blow the mind away. It's actually a very profoundly strong, gasp of janky air. That deep, farty, stinky, poopy smell that Jank Uyghur produces could change the world. I really believe that. And I am a Jenkemite, but like I said, I go too far with things and I don't know when to pull back. And it's important to do things in moderation. When I was younger, I did too much LSD. I was enraptured with the hallucinations. I was enraptured with the idea of being separate from society but connected to some kind of nature. And I also really liked being a drug warrior on the side of drugs. I thought, yeah, there's a drug war. I'll fight for the drugs. If that makes sense. In America, that's a very unusual position to have because we are near Duterte-like in our stance against all drugs. If you smoke pot or take LSD or even a line of coke, something that might seem harmless, might not damage you at all, but that can cause you decades of prison time. It's just flummoxing. It's absolutely distressing, the drug war and its implications for American freedom and worldwide freedom. What have we done to our own species? Why can't we domesticate our governments and our cultures? And so it's a tragic world for a Jenkemite to look at, but you do have that truth and hope. And you can spread that hope like two giant cheeks, and you can dig in to the sphincter within and push further past the first smaller intestine of love into the treasure trove of the larger intestine of power. And that's where I hope we stay, in a place of power. I would like to empower the citizen. You own your own name. Nobody's ever said that to you before, but no matter what you choose to name yourself, you can legally change your name to that. Period. It doesn't matter how awful or racist or downright evil that name is. Believe me, I've been there. I've had the F word as a first name. Fuck that, right? It was extreme. Again, I go too far. But my point is, as an American, it's your name. It is not the government's name. You do have to register with the government and file petitions to change your name. But if you're following your Jenkem juice, wherever it takes you is the right place to be. There is a larger plan full of many, many lower powers. I know that some... Anyway, look, I talk too much. I spend too much of your time. But I really appreciate the people that spend some time with me also. Because it can be lonely. Because so many parts of the process of Jenkemism are private and personal and alone. And I'm on lockdown and everybody's getting sick and dying. And the world just isn't anywhere close to where I want it to be. And so I reach out there to touch the jank in you and to huff your turdical revolution. And that revolution should bring about great changes and bowel movements beyond social movements of the past. It should poop some gold. Some liquid gold is what I drink every morning. My Jenkem juice wakes me up. And it is my #1 drug. It's true. And I wonder, I think I'm going to post another TEDx submission because I really would like to talk about the N-word on TED Talk someday. And I have a unique perspective as a white person who self-identifies as an N-word. And it is not satirical or humorous. And so what I want to do is have two TED Talks. One that's amusing and engaging and disarming so that I can establish myself with the TED community. And then I want to drop the big balls and hit the floor and do the door closed, if you know what I mean.